It's great. It's all stupid. I also love that, like, recently, if we're gonna slightly swivel back to the Viking-esque, like, Nordic talk, they've recently reintroduced dwarves to 40k. After many years of absence, they correctly realized dwarves should not just be like Harley Davidson hot rod bikers, and they've decided to make them like mining peeps with like runes and stuff. So you have them now, and they're just like the cutest little guys. And they have pretty cool in-game lore, but then they're also just like in NASA-esque aesthetics, which is pretty unique compared to everything else. They somehow distinguish themselves from Tau, which is impressive in my eyes. I have to remember the lightning. And then you just have like, I like them because their whole thing is the Imperium, the human people, got into some real bad stuff, and they just progressively got worse over time. Everything sucks. But if you're the Space Dwarves, they're like, we found a way to have things not suck. So we have big old supercomputer brains sitting out, being around, and we rely on them for everything, and they've taught us how to make robots. And these robots are so good and smart that we basically treat them as one of our own. They're called Ironkin, like compared to other kin that are in there. And they're just like normal citizens there. It's actually really neat. And they have cool like Space Dome style heads. And I just like that it's just like we're in this world where you have these dwarves who are also, by the way, all like gene coded and basically cloned forever. I'm really needing Rambi, or I should have rolled. But you have these cool space dwarves, and they just invent robot brethren, and they just go off their supercomputer telling them to do everything. And other dumb concepts. Now I just have to go ahead and not lose my cool boy this time. This time we're going to run. We're going to jump this and keep going. I know I can get to you. We're going to mash that button. Pick that up, even though I don't think I need it. Wait, there we go. That almost went bad. Now we can keep going. This is also a great concept of a level. It's just like Death Tornado. You're here, and it also has lightning. It's no Sharknado or Shark Typhoon, but we're pulling a Sonic Adventure 1, and you're just going inside this thing. Woo! Woo! And you have to make it out. I actually love this kind of concept too. Like, Sonic did it great in Adventure 1, even though it's a very short-lived portion of that level, which is like in the very beginning of the game, one of the first areas. But then to do it here too, you're just like, yeah, give me the tornado. I am a storm chaser. I'm also a banana chaser. Let me say right now, because I've not talked about it, in the great ranking of fruits to me, bananas are the best, okay? There's a reason why Donkey Kong's always resonated with me, and that's because bananas are great. I was just making banana cream pie the other night, and it came out really well, I think. And it's just because the banana is the fruit that can do no wrong to me. I love it. Well, okay, there's particular ripenesses, but even though I'd want to have it in certain ways on certain ripeness, that just means there's a use no matter what state the banana's in. Personally, if I had to talk about my preferred ripeness, I like just a little bit of green. I like more tang than I do like softness. I think the tanginess is better on a banana if you're just eating it as it is. Because then also the banana is a little more firm. Like the texture is a little nicer to me. I like it that way. If the banana is going to Brown Town, you make banana bread. You make dessert. It gets nice and sweet. Perfect time, easier to mash. Just go ahead, embrace the sweet tooth. You won't regret it. This reminds me, on the boot up screen, I don't know if I'm just crazy, but the booting screen, when it's showing, like before it gets to the title screen of this game, it shows a banana as the loading icon, and they open it from the bottom. Like, all right, you know the stem where it would hang from the tree. I presume that's where you'd go to, like, open it. Because, you know, that's the most grabbing area without just squishing the fruit. I feel like that makes sense. But the loading screen here, they open it, they peel it from the bottom. And then they leave the stem. Like Mario Kart style, here's like my banana stem. And it's like, is that normal? Are you supposed to open it from the bottom? I don't get it. That seems so wrong. I'm just going to say that. Maybe I've just been trained in a different way. But opening from the bottom of the banana? No sense. You're going to mush that thing just trying to open it up. Sorry, Kay. I'm still getting you. You're not burning away. I thought I could bop the bird. I was wrong. But yeah, bottom opening banana, crazy. I'm going to go on the offensive and say that right now. That you should not open bananas from the bottom. Use the stem. It's there. It's there to help you. There's also, apparently, as I've found out through people I've talked to, the discussion about whether or not you use a knife to open the banana stem. And I'm going to say it. Occasionally, just getting the little slit on the stem for ease of opening. I like it. Because once again, I don't want to mash my banana, okay? So, you just get the knife and you do a little cut. It's real nice and easy to open. You haven't smushed the top to pieces. You're able to enjoy your slightly firm banana that is ever so slightly tangy because it's just a little bit green and all is well. That is perfect to me. I've had times where I've gone, you know, of course we're going to mix it up today. I'm going to go grab the... Ow. I'm going to go grab just the stem and I'm going to try to rip this puppy open. And then it doesn't open up. And then... once you do struggle to open it, you've just messed up the top. And you're just looking at it and you're like, oh, man. Why did I do that? I don't get it. What was the suffering for? Now I don't even want the top of that banana anymore. Like, it's ruined. It's gone. There's no saving that top of the banana. You officially grab the knife if you didn't have it before. And you're like, I'm just removing the top. I'm doing banana surgery. I'm just going to... pretend this didn't happen, and I'm out of here. So, you know, I'm just saving myself future pain. Ow. I did not save myself pain there. So yeah, that's my big story. If anyone gets mad at me for opening a banana with a knife, I'm going to say I have perfectly logical reasons built up through years of experience. And I will not take any other answer. I was hoping, wait, okay, yep, I see. Water. Solve the fire. Put me inside the bonus. And also, bananas are... okay. That's not going to help my time. But bananas are such a great snack. I take it with me on the job. I like getting the precise amount of bananas to last me through a particular stretch of my work week. Because, you know, we're playing... it's all about playing the time game. I'm not going to make this time game, by the way. I'm out. But, so you don't want to grab too many bananas if you're at the store. You already spend a decent amount of time examining the bananas. It's like looking at fine art. You pick them up, you examine every side of them, you determine how it makes you feel. You're like, yes, this bunch, not feeling it. I do not understand the artistic intent of this bunch of bananas. Too many bruises. I don't get why the artist put this many strokes of brown on my banana peel. So you put it back and you examine a new piece of art. Easy. At the same time, you understand, like all good pieces of art, this banana is going to pass. So if you're getting bananas with the whole concept of taking it to work as a snack, and you have a particular way that you like this banana, which is ever so mildly green, that means you can't get them and you can't get too many, or else they start going brown. And you're like, my entire banana experience has changed. Now it's different. Like, I think I'm safe buying 4 bananas, and I can have 3 while they're slightly green. You get to that Friday banana, the last banana of the week. And now it's full yellow. And you see ever so light brown spots. And you're like, oh no. Oh no. It's gone too far. You're like, I'm still going to eat this. I paid approximately 10 cents in weight for this banana. But man, I know this is no longer the banana I actually wanted. And you go for snack time on the job, like breaky time, and you get that banana, and you're like, this peel opened up pretty easy, man. This banana, it's going to be slightly sweet. It's going to be slightly soft. And you're like, oh, man. Man. And then it's okay. It's acceptable. It's still a banana, and bananas are a hard fruit to hate. But you knew going in to buying that bunch of 4 bananas that you were playing a dangerous game. And you have to accept the consequences that you fail. You were going for a particular type of banana every day of the week, and you done goofed. You messed it up on the last one. And it's like, fine, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to get my potassium, and I'm just going to remember for next time that I'm not going to make that mistake again. So now you stick to 3. You're like, all right, maybe I get the bananas a little later, or like maybe I just don't have a Friday banana. You accept it. Because preserving the emotional experience, even if it's a little bit less in the week, it's like, okay, yep, that's fine. Sometimes a little less is more. And if you can keep the memory of that sweet, slightly tangy banana with the just right amount of firmness, he's like, yes, done. This is all I needed to do. I'm so happy now. All right, purples jump. Blues don't. Purples jump. Dive me down. Oh, that's my banana ramba today. Oh, I feel like I've gotten to talk about many things that are important to me when it comes to bananas tonight. Oh. It really just makes me, I'm serving myself something good when I'm done with this. I'm probably getting to the end of this world and calling it a good wrap for this session, because I've earned it. Except I just have to get through a couple more levels, including Canyon. You ever think about what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th level Donkey Kong Country, where they introduce you to the Barrel Cannon Gauntlet. And it's just like, here's all these things. And little kid me, it's just like, man, this is kind of hard. But that was also all I knew. So I'm just dying all the time to these barrel sequences. Because you just don't get the timing or that pesky zingers just there. And it's just like, you thought that was a safe shot, kid? Boom, bzzz, it's getting you. You just got pranked. And you're like, well, there goes that life again. And you just try it for a bunch of times until, like, you figure out that there's, like, a way to skip it. And you're just like, oh, I could have used this and saved so much pain. And they do it again. The other barrel level, in the hardest spot, they're like, actually, if you know where to go, there's a shortcut. Save yourself the pain. So obviously, you're not going to know this as a kid. You're going to die 20, 30 times. Many game overs. It's even worse in Snow Barrel Blast because you beat a world to get there and you haven't gotten to the save point by the time you started the world. And there's no backtracking. So you die, you have to beat the boss again, and then you just start over. But then you find out that there's just a skip. I found it by accident because, kid me messes up the thing like an idiot. And it's just like there was a secret all along. And that's the nice thing about Donkey Kong Country 1. There's like this legacy that is just really hard all the time, 100%. And then on 3 levels that would probably be considered some of the hardest stuff, with the first world's Barrel Cannon, Snow Barrel Blast, and Minecart Carnage, I believe is the name of it, the first minecart. They just give you shortcuts. It's even better on the minecart level because they give you the barrel and they're just like, hey, yeah, here's this barrel to launch you towards the cart. Have fun. And you jump on it. I was not paying attention. But they have the barrel right in front of you, visible. And you're like, I'm a platformer. I see this. A barrel's in front of me. I've been taught I can jump in these things. I'm going in. No second thoughts. But then, if you just don't do the jump and you just hang to the ledge, like the wall of the ledge you just flung yourself into, then it's like, wait, this just skipped the entire level. And you're just like, wait a second. They provided a shortcut? I'm just... There is no shortcut to this. But that shortcut, I didn't even know until I was much older. And then I still have people who play the game for the first time or like aren't super experienced in the first game. And I'll be with them or they'll be talking about it. And I was just like, you think that's cool? Check this out. And they're just like, Corshell, bro, there was this the whole time? And you're like, yeah. Yeah, you didn't know about it? You just gaslight them a little bit, obviously. And it's just like, huh, okay. They actually just provided you the out the whole time. And it's kind of known, too, in Donkey Kong Country 2, that the first two worlds are full of skip barrels. Like, the whole thing. They're just like, yep, you can just skip it. And I think, honestly, if I remember right, they might have intended on doing more? I don't fully remember. Oh boy, this is spooky. Okay, we made it. But yeah, they're just like, have all these skip barrels. And it's like, okay, you can't wag the finger at Donkey Kong Country for being like impossibly hard. Because they knew. They cut you some slack. The later levels, they go, alright, you made it this far. You really should know what you're doing. So we expect you to beat this. I did on the barrel canyons. I found the snow barrel blast because I whiffed the shot I was supposed to take. And it's much more telegraphed in the first stage. The minecart I just found via people playing the game. And I was just like, oh, okay. That was news to me. And then in Donkey Kong Country 2, I did not know of the shortcuts. That I had to see speed runs for. I did not know they existed. Wow, don't make fun of Funky Kong. He's just here. Oh yeah, these guys are sticking like ninjas. That's right. Do you too, pal? Wow. But the two skips are also a little trickier to get to. That's more like less we're doing like a safety net sort of thing like they are in one, and more just like, oh, if you know it's here, it's sick tech. I have to jump on these guys when they're not spinning their hammers. Alright, my floaty jumps. Come on. There we go. No, I do not want to get dunked. Oh, they swung. I have to remember these guys. I gotta look. I don't think that's safe to jump on. I have to wait till they stop spinning, right? Is that how this works? Yeah. I'm gonna jump on the booty. Yeah. But I'm super fond of those SNES games. It was really a thing where, as a kid, it was that, and I've talked about Mega Man X games a lot. That was just like the thing I played. I had Super Mario World as well, of course, because if you're a SNES kid, odds are your parents have gotten you that. And I had that in All-Stars separately. So, like, you play those, and you're like, whatever, Mario games, pretty cool, I guess. Mario Brothers 3 might be one of the best games of all time, whatever. But then, you play these games, and you're like, this game just offended me. Because it's really hard. Or like, there's this big challenge it's expecting of me. And kid tenacity, you're like, I can't leave that lying down. I gotta be able to, wow, boy, this guy just, what are these attacks? But you're like, I can't just let this game beat me. Look how beat up Donkey Kong is on the game over screen. Now I feel bad. I let them get the snot kicked out of them. All this, where their black eyes and totally roughed up. You see that game over screen and you're like, I let down the squad. I'm going to have to fix this. So you just go ahead and try again. And you try again. I spent so many hours. How does this part work? It's just these little after images. I'm guessing they drop something relevant. I don't think I can jump on them. Maybe? Oh yeah, there's the melon. But yeah, so it's just like kid tenacity. It's just like you lose at something and it's great because when you're a kid, you have all the time in the world. And it's just like, I'm not going to let this game hold me down. I'm going to show it who's boss. I'm way better than anything Mega Man's trying to put at me. So you just keep trying again. And you might be a little dim. I was a little dim. There's maybe some obvious, like, boss stuff that I didn't immediately get. And, like, Mega Man X in particular, it's just like, huh, alright. Maybe I should go with a Chill Penguin, because maybe this guy stinks. I can actually jump these guys on the upswing. Okay, I just realized that when they don't have the hammer, because they're throwing stuff. Let me not get beat up more. There we go. But yeah, it's just like, you kind of figure stuff out on your own. And when you're so young, and in my age, you just have no, like, internet. You don't even know the internet is a thing. I'm just gonna like totally just get myself killed. So you don't know the internet is a big old thing and you're just like, I have no resources. I am my resource. Everything I do is an act of science. Woo! So with your science, you're just like, I'm gonna figure out how to beat this. You eventually figure out there are boots in Chill Penguin because you've died the Storm Eagle too many times. And eventually you either fluke or get your way past the barrels in Donkey Kong Country. You've died through the minecarts a billion times. The Kremling at the last spot still punks you flying out of the exit. Right when you think you're safe, you're like, pow! And you're like, oh, dang it. I'm going to remember that because that made me upset as a kid. I'm ready to try to go at it again. But yeah, you know, that's just some lessons from Corso here. We made it to World 3 or 4. We made it past 3 worlds. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm pretty content. I've only died a couple of times. Funky Kong's really helped me out a couple of jams. But that was a good start. We're going to call it here. And I look forward to picking this up to continue Funky Kong February. But until then, thanks for coming out, everybody. And I will see you again.